It's Treasure Box Gaming here. We are with
Paco Cervantes.
All right, tell us what you did.
I won the 3v3 VIP tournament here at Gambit's locally, which means that me and my two teammates will be going to Vegas as VIP duelists. And I played Tearlament. Come on, we already knew. Best deck. Pretty standard list. 2 Rhinos, 3 Merleys, 3 Havnis, and 3 Sheerans. No real differences there. For the Ishizu package, same, pretty standard. 3 and just 1. I decided to just play 1. For the regionals earlier this year, I was playing 3 of these, which worked out for me because I didn't get paired up against the mirror very often at that tournament, but in the mirror this card just feels dead. There are some cool stuff you can do with it to play through boards, but I find that just citing other cards and taking these out has been more successful for me in the mirror. Bystials, I decided to go pretty heavily with the Bystial package, so 3 Jerusalem, 3 Magnamut, and 1 Serenir, so I have 7 Bystials in the main, which is actually pretty standard, I would say. So I think I was going to, at the beginning of the tournament, I was deciding whether or not to go for the full 9 lineup, and decided against it because it was a pretty small tournament, and we kind of knew everybody that was going to be there. Based on the matchups that I saw for myself, I decided that a 7 Bystial card lineup was better than just going all 9 because of the other random decks that I saw myself playing against. Spells, 3 field spells. I went 3 triple tactics in the main. I really like that card. Going first or second in a lot of matchups. So I decided to go 3 of those. I was actually like jumping in between whether I was definitely going to play 5. But I wanted to play 3 of these and 2 of these, but decided against it. I might still test that for the VIP, but because I think this card is really strong. At first I thought this card wasn't like the best thing in the mirror, but even in the mirror, it's the fact that you can stack your responses and interactions. So it makes it another thing that they have to worry about. Instant fusion, terraforming, they should both be banned. And then for my 2 traps, I decided to keep this in the main. I know there have been some people who have been moving either to 2 Sullyex or trying out the normal Tearlament trap, Meta Noise. But I think Meta Noise will probably become more relevant next format, as it is a triple tasking talents target. And for now, I just found that the utility of the counter trap was more useful for me. So that's the main deck. 40 even, nothing special. For my extra deck, pretty standard. Kid Kalos, the 3 names. The level 4 fusion, Garura, Dracostapelia. Dracostapelia, I went to it against Flu. That's really what it's there for, Flu and Sprite. So I did what it had to do. For my Xyz, Abyss Dweller, Redoer, Baguska. I didn't have to go into this one at all, I think, this tournament, because normally this is like my go-to for Flu, but I played against 1 Flu this weekend, and I did not have to go into it. They did not shifter me, and yeah, my Flu opponent kind of bricked, so it was nice. It was really nice for me. I didn't have to go into him. I went Beatrice as my rank 6, and then Zeus. I opted not to play Wallow because I chose to play another utility card, which was nice. I think it was the right move for this tournament because it never came up. Wallow never came up. Beatrice did. For my Xyz, or for my links, I have, of course, my other fusion, Sprite Sprint, Dark, the Magnamut Catcher, Sprite Elf for the times I ended on that board, and I decided to play Borolo Dragon as an out to Avermax Crusadia. Because like I said, there were some matchups that I saw that I had the possibility of playing against, and I decided that I didn't want to leave myself completely open to an Avermax, and I had the room for it, and so I just decided that I wanted to try this guy out. It never came up, but I am still happy that it was in there just in case. And then for my side deck, I have my level 2 Volcanic Scattershot. I have Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell was good going first and going second. I actually prefer this card going first, and this is a shout out to my teammates Gio and John for putting me on that. This card is really good going first because it's one of the only cards where you can stop the Bystial and then still have your fusion go through. Because with cards like the shufflers, you end up shuffling your cards back, you prevent the Bystial, but it almost feels like a minus to me because even though they don't summon the Bystial, you still don't get the fusion and you lose out on that effect for that turn. And so I decided that I was going to have this as my going first option against decks that I saw playing a lot of Bystials, especially in the mirror, because then in the mirror this card is good for going first or second. It can play around them playing around my Bystials, in that if they go to fusion summon while they have no monsters on the field, expecting me to not have a response, then I can just bell. So I really liked this, and this was usually what I was putting in instead of the millers for the Ishizu cards, because even though, like I said, there are plays that you can make, like rank 4 plays, going second to break boards, I found that I would rather just prevent instead of trying to break boards, and I found this is a much better hand trap than Kelbeck. And then the other going first card is Called by the Grave for heavy hand trap decks. I don't know, I decided it in against Flu, didn't come up. And the other two Sereneers, my going second cards, I wanted to have all 9 in the mirror. I respected Sprite Bystial, so I have 3 Dark Rulers, and it's also useful for other stuff too, but mostly this was in for Sprite. And then just locally, I know that Flu was a pretty popular deck, so I decided to play 5 slots in my extra deck for them, and it ended up being useful. I did end up playing against Flu. I saw these, they were useful. Yeah, I think there was a point where my opponent was under Zombie World and also under their own statue, so they weren't able to link into any utility link to clear their own monsters or to clear mine, and they were just kind of stuck. So this card is incredible against that matchup. Shout out to John for those late night matches where he showed me the truth of Flu, because initially I was just going to go 1-in-1, but that is not enough against Flu. They could just sack you, so it's good to have a nice option in your side deck. That's it for the list.
All right, well, thanks for sharing. Do you got any shout outs?
Yeah, definitely. Like, shout out to my teammates, Team Durable plus John, heading to the VIP 3v3 section of the YCS in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we are hyped. So all 3 of us that participated in the event here are going to the 3v3. So we have our team set. Now it's just testing, so definitely shout out to them. Shout out to Treasure Box Gaming and all the teammates, and Georgie for that, because the squad. Shout out to the Mighty 9 chat. Shout out to Luis for hosting 3v3 test nights, because that was really nice, being able to actually sit down and play in the actual format as opposed to just kind of doing it online. We were able to figure out a lot of things in terms of like what was best for seeding, how like the talking was going to go throughout the match, you know, being able to keep up a good pace in your duel while also being able to help your teammates. It was cool to have him host us, and you know, Luis always making the best food. So shout out to him, to Rico, to Ollie, to Kevin for the time he came, everybody who came to test with us. And shout out to the person behind the camera, Kathy. I think that is everybody that I can think of. If I forgot, I'm sorry. There's a lot of shout outs to be had. If we top the YCS, I will be shouting out everybody. It's going to be like a 30-minute video. I promise. All right.
All right, well, with that being said, we're excited to see you in Vegas and Treasure Box Gaming out.
Alright, please like and subscribe to Treasure Box Gaming.
You forgot to put
All right.
bro.